On October 20th of 2019, a 52-year-old woman got into a black automobile in Amsterdam, Zuidas, a constantly busy financial district. Even in her darkest nightmare, she could not have predicted what would occur next. 3 years later, the car hasn't been seen or heard from since, and she hasn't been seen since. Yet, the tale is richer than that. Images of a female body with missing limbs and scant clothing were discovered on one of the world's most notorious criminals' cell phones. Why did he have those images? And what part did he play in this role? These are some of the unanswered questions that are left for us. This is the tale of Naima Jillal, Coke's Dutch patron saint. Naima Jillal, born on January 4th, 1967 in Morocco. She would later relocate to the Netherlands. She has done an excellent job of staying under the radar, so it is unknown how she got into the underground. As a result, very little is known about her. Her name wouldn't surface until she was 47 years old in 2014. She was aware that her name was growing more well known in the Netherlands. At the time, she was initially connected to large-scale cocaine sales. She participated in various international drug trafficking investigations. She made the decision to go to Marbella, Spain, which is renowned for its beautiful weather, beaches, and reputation as a huge hub for the most dangerous criminals in Europe. She would get the moniker, the Godmother of Coke, in Marbella. It seems strange that a middle-aged woman who appeared harmless could be so far down in the underworld. Drug gangs could purchase room from her in sea containers, with bananas or pineapples, as she operated out of her huge mansion in Marbella. This room, which is Dutch for cream, was another moniker for kilograms of cocaine. By making this possible, Naima Jillal's company would expand quickly, and she would take a leading role in the drug trafficking industry. She blew her money on expensive designer clothing, handbags, jewelry, and homes in Amsterdam and Spain. With two major jewelers in Amsterdam and Spain, she placed an order for watches totaling over 700,000 euros all at once. She also led a lavish lifestyle and refused to take no for an answer from anyone. She was greedy because she was impatient to meet her desires. She made a tiny change to her company's strategy that was sure to create her enemies. She began to overestimate the amount of space she had in these containers by selling more kilograms of coke that had actually been transported. In doing so, she increased her income while also upsetting those who had paid for cocaine but had not received it. Her acts would have unfathomable repercussions. Naima Jillal experienced calamity when two sea containers containing pineapples from Costa Rica were about to be discovered. Several kilograms of cocaine were found among the pineapples. Around 4,000 kilos of cocaine were contained in one container. One of the largest ports in the world and a center for drug trafficking, the port of Antwerp, housed the containers. Jillal and her companions became anxious when they learned that the two containers would soon be scanned. The following texts were intercepted from their encrypted phones. "Both of the containers are going to be scanned, Aunt." Another of Jillal's nicknames. "Aunt, we are doomed. We are unable to take them up. This is going to cost us so much money in long jail sentences, Aunt," comes another note. "Costa will be furious." Costa should be kept in mind because what is about to happen will depend on him. Once it was confirmed, the canisters were scanned and authorities were able to seize the full consignment of coke. The drug dealers engaged began to wonder what had happened and who was to blame in the days that followed. Jillal began to try to minimize the damage after realizing how bad things were. Later it was discovered that Costa was actually Roger P., a Dutch drug dealer with a long history of dealing cocaine. We simply need to start over and develop a fresh story for the time being. Jillal texted Costa. Costa just texted back, "Right," in response. Costa became aware that something odd was happening, and Jillal's time ran out. Police in Belgium and the Netherlands allegedly discovered tracks in March of 2021 that could be connected to Jillal. A handbag and some apparel were discovered in a sizable warehouse in the Antwerp harbor. It wasn't just tucked away in a shadowy spot. Actually, the artifacts were hidden beneath a cement floor. it was discovered that there was something underneath the floor, using multiple hints, sniffing dogs, and ground radar. The cops had to dig up the floor because it was a freshly installed cement floor in order to find the evidence. The handbag and woman's clothing were discovered. Also, they had hoped to discover Naima Jillal there herself. Still, sadly, there was no sign of her anywhere beneath the cement. Is it a coincidence that the warehouse where this incident occurred was also the location of the large cocaine shipment that caused so much trouble for Jillal? You inform us. The next discovery would be utterly terrifying. The underworld was talking about images the police heard through the grapevine. There were quite graphic images. Police were told that the images reportedly showed a woman strapped to a chair with severe injuries, albeit they had not yet seen the images for themselves. According to reports, another image revealed severed limbs and still another severely hurt woman. The cops had not yet seen these shocking and horrifying images for themselves. A significant storyline twist occurs there. Because of the Sky ECC encrypted messaging database leak, they can now see those exact photographs. But what's even more intriguing is that these images came from a phone that belonged to none other than Ridwan Taghi, one of the most notorious crooks to ever operate in the Netherlands. It is evident from examining the images metadata that they were taken on the night of October 20th to 21st, just after midnight. Are you able to recall? On October 20th, about 10:30 p.m., Naima Jillal entered a black automobile. She barely had a few hours left to live after being picked up, and those few hours had to be terrible. Taghi's attorney, Missy Nezweski, rejects all accusations and asserts that her client did not use the phone. Jos L., also known as Bali Jos, a Dutch criminal, is another person of interest in the disappearance of Naima Jillal. Bali Jos was born in 1991, making him a relatively young criminal. He advanced fast through the ranks and is currently considered to be among the biggest crooks in the Netherlands. He is still evading capture and is wanted internationally. He is considered to be a cold-hearted, merciless individual who does not hesitate to use violence against anyone who stands in his way. Police conducted further investigation and discovered that Jos L. traded goods with Costa. When it was Costa's turn, he dealt with Jillal. All indications point to Jos L. having made a significant financial investment in the sizable cocaine shipment that was ultimately discovered by police in the port of Antwerp. Jos allegedly questioned Costa about what occurred and who was in charge. Costa allegedly replied that Jillal was in charge of the shipment. Jos L. insisted that Jillal explain what had happened and that she appear in person to do so. As she entered that black automobile on October 20th of 2019 in Amsterdam, she thought she would be doing just that. Unfortunately for her, that justification didn't seem to be sufficient, and she was forced to take her own life in order to make up for Jos's actions. Naima Jillal's body and whereabouts have not yet been found. Her family has not been able to get in touch with her, and no additional details concerning her whereabouts have been discovered. Although some people have been arrested, nothing has come of it yet. The Dutch police have offered a reward of 10,000 euros to anyone who can help them find Jillal, but nothing has happened so far. It appears unlikely that she will ever be located or mentioned again. Although she ascended quickly, her fall might have been much quicker. Jillal played her cards too aggressively and was forced to pay with her life. Costa asserted in court that he was not involved in the killing, although Jos L. is still on the run. His attorney claimed that her client was unrelated to Naima Jillal's abduction. Taghi's attorney added that her client was not involved in it either. Why he had the pictures on his phone is unknown. What are your thoughts on this case? Please let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications before leaving. Thanks for watching.